Plastic surgery has been on the rise in the last few years and is supposed to keep on growing in the following ones. Just for you to understand how big this market truly is, the total revenue for cosmetic procedures in the USA alone in 2020 was of around $70 billion, and 92% of that value was made through females. The top plastic surgeries remain rhinoplasties, liposuction, and breast augmentations. However, there is a new kid on the block: butt augmentations with fat grasping, or as it's better well known, Brazilian butt lifts. It's pretty much a procedure in which they take fat from, for example, lower back, and then they just inject it back into your glutes. Between 2015 and 2020, BBLs grew around 78%. So it's pretty clear that BBLs are in demand, and it's concerning because they're the deadliest plastic surgery. Now, especially with TikTok, a new wave of people who go through this procedure is now sharing their experience on the social media platform. I'm obviously not shading anyone who gets plastic surgery or anyone who gets BBLs. My problem is just with glamorizing this procedure, making it look like it's something as easy as just shopping for groceries and then pushing it to a bunch of young impressionable kids, which is pretty much TikTok's audience. First, we need to start from the beginning. How did we get here? Brazilian butt lifts were first popularized in Brazil, and they date back to 1960. They were pioneered by Brazilian doctor Eulo Paraguay. But up until 2014-2015, the Western beauty standard that was trending was not of having a big butt. Women were supposed to be as thin as possible and have no curves. Actually, saying someone had a big behind was an insult and not a compliment.
I have one thing to say to you. Kiss my fat ass!
But as people got sick of this obsession with just being as skinny as you could be, things started to change, and it seemed like we were making actual progress towards more realistic body expectations. That is, until everyone got obsessed with the body of Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian, and well, the Kardashian-Jenner clan for that matter, are well known for their bodies and their looks. Kim claims to not have done any procedure to her body, especially her bum.
Kim, so what has been the weirdest rumor you've heard about yourself so far?
That I have a fake butt.
And says that her looks are thanks to good genetics, hard work, and exercise.
Do you think that you are promoting unattainable standards of beauty?
I don't, because I think we get up, we do the work, we work out.
Whether you choose to believe that or not, the fact is that Kim K did impulsionate this look that is now pretty much everywhere. I mean, her impact was so big that there are people that are so obsessed with her that they literally want to become her. However, this whole impact on the beauty standard also caused accusations of blackfishing towards the Kardashians, the Jenners, and everyone else that profits from this trend. This is pretty much because they have mimicked and appropriated the Black and Latina culture to enhance their own brand, as a large percentage of women from these cultures usually look like this naturally. So it's pretty much taking advantage of the features of minorities while still having white privilege, which is sad that white privilege is still a thing in 2021, but yeah. If you scroll through Instagram or any other social media platform, this is a look that most influencers or celebrities have. And if so many people have it, and if so many people look the same, what are the odds that it's all natural? They're pretty slim. Previously, we only had magazines and television. Remember those good old days where you pretty much had to sacrifice your unborn child just to have access to the internet? Well, now we're constantly bombarded by images of these perfect bodies in pretty much every social media platform. This creates one of the biggest problems with this beauty standard, making it seem like everyone is just born with this body type, and if you're not, then you're not good enough. If you spend enough time online, it might even start seeming like you're the only one who hasn't gotten your body done, which then leads people to search for alternatives such as the Brazilian butt lift. Now, I do think honesty is the best policy, and being transparent and saying that yes, I got surgery is good for everyone, because then you're not claiming that you got the body naturally and you're not setting unrealistic expectations, you're just showing it like it is. But I do have a problem with those who glamorize and trivialize this surgery and make it seem like it's no big deal and it's one of the deadliest surgeries you can perform. TikTok is no stranger to an unhealthy obsession with beauty. From the symmetrical face filter to the show how small your waist is trend, adding things like this is your sign to get a BBL just doesn't sit right with me. Also, the fact that TikTok has mostly a young audience makes me wonder what effects will this have on the future generations. It just glamorizes one type of beauty and one type only and tries to justify doing whatever it takes to get there, regardless of the serious risks. BBLs can only last for a few months or for years. It really depends on your body. So even if you perform this surgery, there is no guarantee that your results will be permanent. But that's not the biggest issue. BBLs are the deadliest procedure you can get. In 2017, 1 in 3,000 patients would die of a BBL. And it's not getting complications, it's dying. So a lot more were getting complications. Because of the price of a BBL, most people opt for cheaper alternatives in countries like Thailand, Mexico, and Turkey. A very well-known clinic in Turkey very often advertises its $3,000 BBL package, like it's some kind of underwear set, through Instagram and uses influencers to promote the surgery. The critical part of BBLs is how much fat is injected back into the body and where it's placed. In countries like the UK, there is a maximum of 300 cc per cheek, but in countries like Turkey, they'll go above 1,000. Considering that usually 50% of fat cells end up dying, this often leaves patients with touch or unbalanced results. And we're not even considering aging and gravity, because those will also have an impact.
Of how women are 20 years later, 25 years later, after a Brazilian butt lift, where a liter or a liter and a half of fat has been injected into their butt. How's it going to look like at that point? Is your butt going to be sagging over the backs of your thighs?
That's still not the worst part. Fat necrosis and fat embolism are dependent on the surgeon's skill, as when putting the fat back into the body, it should go above the glute muscle and not beneath it. That is because if it goes beneath it, then it can go straight to your heart. Very often in these low-cost places, surgeons do surgeries back-to-back just to make a quick buck, which means that these surgeons are tired and they'll start making more mistakes. And also, let's not forget about recovery from this surgery.
Getting a liposuction in BBL hurt three times the amount of giving birth.
But every time you go in for a massage, they take the end of a stick and shove it in those holes to reopen those wounds. And then they massage your body wherever you had lipoed.
There's obviously nothing wrong with changing your body or wanting to change your body, as long as, of course, it's to make you happy. But if you do it to make others happy or because of some beauty standard, then what happens when the beauty standard changes? Because beauty standards are trends and trends change. So then are you just going to get more surgeries to look like the next standard? And even when you look like the beauty standard, you might still struggle with it. Take Khloe Kardashian, for example. She's a member of the family who helped set this beauty standard, and she still falls victim to it. She's been well known for drastically editing her photographs, which is also due to how much criticism she gets from her own family and from everyone else, but that's another discussion. Do you remember when she had a whole team fighting the internet just because an edited bikini photo of her was posted? And she didn't even look bad, she looked healthy. She just didn't look like she usually does in her other photos because she just edits those photos so much. If you need another example, take Kylie Jenner during quarantine when she was caught by actual paparazzis and not, the ones that the family usually hires because they want to look perfect all the time and stage their photos, blah blah blah. And those photos made the internet run wild because she looked like her old self. On the next day, she posted paparazzi, but not really actual paparazzi, photos of herself looking like we usually see her looking like. This family is a beauty standard. They have a whole team to make them look their best the entire time, but they still edit their photos and they are probably still insecure. So what does that mean for us regular humans? This just proves what we already know. We need to learn to accept ourselves as we are and accept that we don't have to all look the same. We need to rationalize that the big celebrities and influencers that we see on Instagram and other social media platforms are actually just a very small percentage of the whole population of this world. We almost get stuck in this bubble where we only see these people because they're the ones with the most followers, so they're the ones that are often more promoted to us. But we need to see the bigger picture and remind ourselves that not everyone looks like that, because not everyone is built the same and not everyone gets surgery. There are many different body types and we shouldn't label one as being above the other ones. It's okay to look like they do, but it's also okay to look like you do. Beauty is subjective, and if you still want to get plastic surgery or any other cosmetic procedure, as long as you're doing it for yourself, you actually research a procedure, you know the risks, then just do it. It's your body and no one should judge you for it. But at the end of the day, just please make sure you do these types of things for you. And that was it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a topic that is very dear to me and that sometimes really pisses me off because I feel like we trivialize plastic surgery so much that now it just seems like the norm, and I don't think it should be. And then again, I'm not shading anyone who does plastic surgery. I have no problem with people doing it. I have problems with people pushing it and doing it and not disclaiming it. Especially big influencers and big celebrities that actually have the power to influence younger generations, that then see this image and feel like they're not good enough because they don't look like that. And of course you don't look like that. These celebrities and influencers also didn't. But anyway, I had a lot of fun making this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!